Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with DVD. Family Empire, Houston Season 1, Episode 5, Showdown at the Hold That Child. This Philo and between Philo and the Olympics got me all twisted up. So hey, forgive me if this is not the right episode. But anyway, let's move right along. The Brains have decided to hire Chris at their realty group. And I'm happy because this is getting on my nerves. They're going to do a 60-day trial period, and he finally agreed to it. He was like, well, y'all don't appreciate what I bring. I'm like Kobe. Well, now he might be to go to that thing in the Homestead area. Because when I see his work, I'm very impressed. I mean, I've seen, the previews and stuff like that. And I was impressed. Can't tell a lie about that. Moving right along. Yeah, I think this is I'm on the right episode because I remember Jamisha taking the aunts to the doctor, and she decided she was gonna take the G1s to the doctor child so she could finesse them basically. Even though I 100% agree with Jamisha. If you watch my channel, then you know I'm Team G2s all day. Now, Jamisha did an interview with Dustin, the guy who works with Carlos. And I haven't watched that interview yet, but I'm definitely going to watch it. And I might say a little few things about it the next time I do the recap on this show. Again, the G1s are thinking short term. You have to look at the bigger picture. So Jamisha and her family, I guess they're all J's in their family. Jackson, Justin. Yeah. No, the oldest son's name is Grace. Oh, they messed it up. I thought they would have been cute. Anyway, they have a little football tournament. And of course, Jamisha is talking about the land. Great scene with the family. Moving right along. Jamisha, girl, you got this. Calm down. I know you say you have mom guilt. I don't think I have mom guilt because my babies are only 6 and 7. And I have not had a formal in-house job since they've been in the world, so they don't know what it's like to be without me. But I don't think I would have mom guilt if I worked. Well, maybe just a little bit, but not to the point where it would just hurt me so much that I would have to leave them, I guess. But I do enjoy being able to just pop up at the school, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do, or bringing them their lunch if they forget it, or their glasses, if they forget those, which they do a lot. So I guess I probably would. Moving right along. So Nicole talks about how the rodeo roundup is going to bring the family together, and because in Houston, the rodeos are a huge deal. We do pretty good in the SIP with the rodeos as well. We have a huge one in Jackson, and then we have one in Philadelphia. So, I think we do pretty good with those two. They're very fun. Very fun. Oh, yeah, and I think we do a black rodeo in Philadelphia as well. But yeah, they're very, very fun. To go and, fellowship with people. It brings out a big crowd, and I'm sure they get lots and lots of dough from it. But you know how it is when you have that one person in your group. Oh, why they got to do the cows that way? Then they take all the fun out of it. Them damn Debbie Downers. But yeah, I understand what she's saying. That could bring the family together. Because baby, Keisha is upset with Auntie Nikki. Because Auntie Nikki was the one who she found out she was the one who orchestrated everything about that offending Caramel Rail. Shout out to Caramel Rail. She's a content creator. I just said that because the girl's name is Caramel. But yeah, she got upset. She walked out. Stop talking about my mama. My mama died. And y'all kept saying it was my mama died. But they were trying to make her understand the reason why they were saying what they were saying and doing what they were doing, because they thought it was inappropriate that Caramel was, making a scene at the repast. But Keisha wasn't hearing it. Woo! Yes, this is what I love. The founder of No Adoption, Jordan, and her assistant comes over and they're discussing adoption with Nicole and her husband. And this makes my heart smile because I told you I got a soft spot for the people who adopt children. When I didn't think I was going to be able to have any babies, I was going to adopt some children out of DHS, but I couldn't adopt children out of the office that I worked for. So I had to go to the reservation, and I wanted to adopt me a juicy little Choctaw baby. And I had started filling out the paperwork and everything. And then next thing I know, 41 years old, here comes my daughter. So, but I still wanted to adopt the Choctaw baby. A little. Because a lot of times reservations are impoverished. Not so much at the reservation here anymore because they have casinos. They have like what? And one I think they have like 6, 7 casinos in Mississippi, and they trust me, they get a casino bonus if you have you don't get as much if you have if you're half. But I wonder if I adopted a child from the reservation, would I get the full bonus? Because I would adopt a full Choctaw baby. But anyway, the point is, at that time when I wanted to adopt a Choctaw baby, it was it was a lot of neglect on the reservation. But I'm not sure about that now because I'm not working in social work anymore. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna find out. But anyway, this scene, enough about me. This scene makes my heart smile. I love stuff like this because I worked in social work. I know the importance of adoption, and once you get that out of your head, well, I want a biological child, this, that, and the third, and you realize that you can provide the amount of love that an adoptive baby just wasn't getting. I had a couple who could not have their own kids for nothing. They adopted 2 from me, and then all of a sudden she came up pregnant. So they still one big happy family. And then she continued. Baby, when I tell you she got addicted to adopting, she just started adopting more and more. It just loving it. One of my favorite parents, by the way. Moving right along. When her husband it just happened to be my classmate. I think Nicole's husband got adoption confused with fostering, because what he said, I would hate for a parent in an open adoption to be able to come back and apply for the child and get them back. Fostering, yes, that can happen in foster care a lot of times, and that's what I didn't like about fostering, because sometimes the foster parent would have to kind of distance themselves from the child, and it seemed to me like it was kind of cold, but they had to do that in a way because they knew that reunification was the goal. But in this case right here, when you adopt, whether it's an open adoption or closed adoption, those bio parents don't have any rights to the child. So you wouldn't have to worry about them taking the child out your home. Now, I did have a couple of children that were adopted that had to go back into foster care because the adopted parent was not good to them. That does happen, but rarely. Okay, so but I did have a case where that happened. It just so happened the girls ended up being distant relatives of mine, but they were further down the line where I could still be their caseworker because it has to be up to the third degree. Now I don't know what it is now, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. I'll go get it personal again, but I get personal with stuff like this because social work. I always say I can quit being a social worker, but the social worker won't quit being in me. So they're concerned about Layden being comfortable with the adoption. I think as long as they don't have that child from the swarm, because even that movie, but even though I'm all for adopting, that movie put a sour taste in my mouth about adopting the wrong kind of kid. Okay, because you don't ever know what completely all they went through when they were in the bio home. So I don't want a little swarm kid, but he's more concerned about, how this will affect Layton and their child, their biological child. I'm telling you, do you remember how Chloe Bailey was about the swarm kid? She still loved her, regardless of all that mess she was doing. Same situation would be here. The child that's been an only child all that time, and then they finally get a playmate. They probably don't care where they come from. Oh, so we get the explanation. I totally get what Keisha is saying now. She just said that her dad was being a hizzo, a three-zotes, four-zo, if you will, so. It wasn't a situation. All this time I was thinking that Nicole's mom was married to Mr. Brady. They were not married. And so I'm not understanding what the vitriol is towards the aunties who brought Keisha into the fold. Nicole's mother has really, and then Nicole and Monet feeling the guilt of, not what they feel may not be supportive to their mother if they find love for their sister. Keisha is right. I don't think she's an outside child either. And she's right. An outside child is a child made within a marriage. If that man was not married to those two women, she is definitely not an outside child. He just chose to stay with one over the other, or vice versa, whatever the case may be. The way Keisha is telling her mom just decided to break free of the situation. She might not even known about Nicole's mom. You know how men do, Chad. Oh, snap, crackle, and pop. I did the same thing. I feel what they're doing exactly. I did the exact same thing, only I did it for my cousin. Well, this happened to me, so I can speak on it. This is like I can speak on being a social worker. My first cousin had a child, screwing two different women. Decided he would marry one. The other one decides to leave the situation. So, just like her, just like with Keisha, DNA test happened. I find a little girl. I bring her into the family. I bring her into the family. My first cousin ignores the child, just like Pops ignored her. So, everybody in my first cousin's family on his mom's side ignored the little girl. But we started to embrace her. I introduced her to her granddad, which is my cousin's dad. I almost said his name. My cousin's dad, and the bond grew between she and her grandfather, and she treated him more like a father. I don't even know if my cousin has had any contact with her since then, but I'm the one who brought her into the fold, and she's family. And I do not call her cousin, which she's my cousin, but I call her my niece because her dad didn't give her the love, and I just wanted to show her that our side of the family does indeed embrace her. So I'm feeling where Aunt Jackie is coming from, but you know that Miss and grandmama, ooh, that helpful there, and her Mr. Daddy. I don't have nothing for him because my thing was he had issues with his dad. You got issues with your dad because he's an alcoholic, right? Why have issues with the entire family because of that? Even your own child. And I'm thinking what happened with Keisha's dad and Nicole and Monet's dad is that he didn't want to bring strife into their marriage after their mom decided to stay with his ass. I know what that was. And men often do that when they have children by separate women at the same time. She says that her stepmother never mistreated her, but she probably didn't resent Keisha directly, but Keisha through Keisha resented her mother. Because again, they weren't married. I mean, you can get at the Frank. I mean, he didn't make her in a marriage. She's the one who decided to still marry him. I'm probably the only person in the world that wish my dad had an outside baby. I wanted a brother. Not that I don't love my sister. I just want to know what it was like to have a brother in the family, child. You know, I can understand what she's feeling because she feels left out. Keisha feels left out. You know, they go on family trips and stuff like that, and they share rooms with each other. The sister share a room, and then, you know, she's out there by herself. Girl, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Let them heifers bunk up. Let Nicole and Monet bunk up, and let Jamisha and Jaquita bunk up, and you have your own room, girl. What is the complaint there? Shit, I'm damn if I wouldn't feel left out. I wouldn't give a damn. That's Scorpio and me, though. They'll be like, ooh, so they sharing room? Oh, they got to bunk up. Oh, I got my own room. Cool. Where the hell is Nicole at the hoedown in full glam? She might step into some cow doo-doo. And she have on these fancy boots and a fur coat. Child, I am through. If this ain't Latrice rises up on this show, I don't know who it is. You remember when Latrice and them went to pick up them goats? I told you this girl reminds me of Latrice, because Latrice will be out there with them at the hold down in full glam, but everybody else got on casual clothes. Girl, bye. And so Nicole just won't let it go. She won't leave Chris alone about him taking the job. I thought I was gonna have to fire you. This, that, and there, and he's like, fire me. But you know that's the thing working with family, child. I mean, I see both sides on this because I do see where he did kind of take advantage of the family discount, whatever you want to call it, discount. Well, that's kind of what it is. I mean, he sound like from what Nicole said, he came into work and left when he got ready. But again, he did a great job, so I know they didn't want to lose him. It wasn't like he wasn't good at what he was doing. Chris did the footage at the hold down, and then Nicole with the shade. Well, I don't know what he thought before. I mean, his work diminished over time, but you know, this is the Chris that I'm used to. Child back. That man did a good job for y'all, and you know it. So Jamisha asked Nicole about how things went with the therapist because Jamisha is the one who set it up. And she was like, well, I think that we got a long way to go. We have a lot of work to do. But I think some things came out in the wash. I mean, these are things, some of this could have been resolved. But like I said, I do feel like maybe Monet and Nicole felt a little bit of guilt for their mom about getting close to an outside child. I'm sorry. If my daddy had an outside child, I don't think my mama could have stopped me from having a relationship with the outside child. I'm just saying. It's just me now. Now, mind you, she was 7 years old when Aunt Jackie went to find her. That probably had a lot to do with it because she again, she's innocent. She's thinking that her brother's father was her dad. I mean, nobody told her any different. So, see, Keisha has her point of having issues too. So, like I said, I hope the counseling session works out. But I probably would feel funny too if I was in that situation because you have a relationship with your cousins, but your sisters, got to keep bringing up. We were brought up different. We were raised different. I don't think Keisha cares that much about that. It appears to me that she just wants to be a part of the family and for them to treat her as such. But on Nicole's and Monet's behalf, like I said, they may have some mom guilt. Not mom guilt, but guilty feelings for their mother if they get too close to her, and their mother may have some issue with that. So Auntie Charlotte, her knee is messed up. And so Jamisha told Nicole about their little talk in the car and how she got sass. And she had to put her back in a place about the land. So Nicole has come up with an idea that they should subdivide the land. Child. I smell a little issue. Well, Auntie Charlotte like this plan. Some of the houses we rent, some of the houses we sell. Good compromise, right? Or is it? Now, Grandma Oscar Green liked the idea. I like it as well. Because otherwise they spinning in mud. Did I tell y'all how much I love Grandma Oscar Green? I think I had. Oh, yeah, I did. I love that. So once Granny Oscar Green says she's cool with it, the other ladies walk her in the room. Jamisha, Jaquita, and Anthony. So Jaquita starts it off, right? What y'all coming up with? Y'all coming up with something behind Jamisha back? Then Auntie Nicole say, oh, you being mess. Yep, she was. And so Jamisha say, well, this idea about splitting the land and putting single homes on it and stuff like that, is that Granny's idea or is this something Nicole came up with? Jamisha's problem with Nicole is that Nicole didn't seem like she wanted to be involved with the sale of that land. This was all Jamisha's idea, and now she's in a position as the project manager that she really wasn't expecting. She wanted to spearhead the idea. She didn't say she wanted to take on another job. She said those are two completely different things. I'm not in real estate, so I'm not sure. That social work part at the beginning, I knew about that. This right here, not clear. But again, the compromise sounds good to me. She said, what about, so Monet comes in and she's like, well, what about the other properties, the reception halls and the beauty shop? And they're like, you just want to know about the beauty shop because you work there. Uh-oh. Granny Oscar Green said, hold up, y'all better shut up talking about my land that I paid $73,000 for. Y'all, let me talk. I got 5 children. Y'all my grandchildren, and I love you. But my priority is to the ones I had in my kitty cat. She didn't say that. I did. I put my own judge on. Oh, snap. Everybody wanted to talk. Uncle Bubba come in and they all talking at one time. I'm supposed to say, we build one house this way, one house that way. Then Justin had something to say. Then another one had something to say. Next thing you know, Granny Oscar Green said, no. Y'all gonna shut your damn ass up. Granny Oscar Green clapped them hands and that was the end of the episode. Come on in, come on in. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button and you'll be notified when I upload a video. I don't get many views on this show, but I love the show. So I will, just like with Black Hamptons, I will continue to recap it. As of lately, I haven't gotten many views on Love and Marriage Huntsville, when Love and Marriage Huntsville and Sisters were my biggest show that I got my most views on. Baby, when I tell you my first 700-800 was in Sisters as a team, when I was doing as a team, I'm gonna continue to do the team. It just ain't back yet, but baby, and then all of a sudden, I guess I talked to my mentor about that, and she said sometimes when viewership drops, your viewership drops as well. So since I'm not a big content curator and my numbers aren't huge, but they were on point with the number of subscribers that I had, your numbers drop as well. So I guess that's what it is. I did see Love and Marriage Huntsville's numbers. They're still going down. I don't understand why. The last episode was a great one to me. And I will continue to review it, and I will continue to watch it. And same thing with Family Empire Houston, because I love this family. And they love me in my head. Okay, the Granny Oscar. As long as I got Granny Oscar Ray, child. Forget the rest of them. But I like Jamisha too. But anyway, and Akeisha. Those are my favorites. I like everybody on the show. Okay? So, anyway. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell button. You'll be notified. And don't forget to share the video. Because why? Sharing is indeed caring. And as I do, when I close, I'm going to chunk them up to serve.